Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Today's video is probably going to be one of my favorites because we are finally getting into budget planning. If you have been around here for any amount of time, then you know that budget planning is my absolute favorite type of planning. And today I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing the new budget planner that has just been released into my shop. So as we go through this video, I am going to be sharing how I set up my budget planner and how it could possibly help you if you decide to get one, keep track with your finances. The first page I'm going to start with is the goal page. As you know, every single year I create goals for my finances. These were my goals last year, and it was to pay $20,000 in debt, build 6 streams of income, increase our emergency fund to $6,000, and decrease our over the budget, like how many times we go over budget, to 2 months. I can say that we have done all of these, which I'm extremely proud of. So now I'm just going to add some more goals. So now that I've written down my goals for 2021, I'm actually going to add a couple of stickers to this sheet. I used the flower sticker book when I was decorating my life planner, and I really loved how it came out. So I want to do the same thing with this one. So the next thing that I'm going to do is set up my money routine for 2021. I'm going to use colorful dots in order to just decorate this page a little bit. But under each category, I have daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual money routines. Some of these are pretty much the exact same thing I was doing in 2020, which is like reviewing my transactions, updating my budget on a weekly basis, categorizing my transactions, and I would just put each one in categories to make sure that we are not overspending. But having this money routine in front of me whenever I am closing out a month or creating a new budget really make sure that I'm supposed to be doing all the things that I need to do to check up on our finances. The next page is my savings tracker. So I'm not going to put anything on here right now because I'm still a little early in the month and I want to make sure that my numbers are accurate when I actually write them down. But normally I would put in the beginning balance, which is the balance of my short-term savings, my long-term savings, and my sinking funds combined. And I would put that balance here and then keep track of how much the overall balance has increased or decreased for the year. So I'll add that actually like the last week of December just to make sure that that number is accurate. Same thing for my debt reduction tracker. I'm going to keep track of my overall debt. This is all the debt that we have, and put the beginning balance here and then keep track on a monthly basis of what that number is. And both of these are just to make sure that the numbers are going in the right direction. It's so easy to not pay attention to your savings and your debt reduction, and you could be taking money out of savings and doing different things, and you could be swiping your card and doing different things. But this page is to make sure that you're still trending in the right direction, that my debt is still going down and my savings is still going up. The next page is my debt snowball, and for this month I am going to still be working on my credit card. My credit card is the last consumer debt that we have, and so that's the main one that I'm focusing on. From my calculations, I'm thinking it's going to take me about 4 or 5 months to pay this one off, but we will see. I am going to keep track of the total amount owed, how much I paid, the snowball payment, and the amount of payments that it takes for me to pay it off. Hopefully, I will quickly get through this one and then move on to our student loans, but for now, this is the page for that. So the next page setup is a little bit new. If you have my budget planner, then you may notice that instead of the calendar being on one page, like it has been in the past, normally it looks like this and the entire month is on just this one page. I did decide to change it and put it on 2 pages so that you can have a little bit more space. So now I do have some some lines on this side in case you want to keep track of anything. And then you have the month on 2 pages. I have it going Monday through Sunday, and then you can put your month and year up here. So now I'm just going to fill in my dates and add some colorful dots along with my standard fixed expenses on this sheet. So I like to use colorful dots in order to separate my paychecks. We get paid every single Tuesday, and since that's the day that I make the transfer to pay myself, I like to separate what bills I'm going to be paying with what money. So the first thing that I'm going to do is lay out all the color codes and then also mark down what day certain bills are due. And I don't have all of the bills in, but I am going to mark down the ones that I already know. I do like this because I am loving the extra space that I have created with this particular style. Before, when I was marking everything down, I kind of had to make sure that I used minimal writing, but with this I feel like I have much more space to kind of write out as much as I possibly can. This is another area that I will also kind of keep track of daily spending. So if we spend money on food, if we spend money on random different things, miscellaneous things that kind of come up that may have not been within our budget, I do want to keep track of when those types of things happen so that I can plan a little bit better in the future. If you haven't noticed, the flowers sticker book from Happy Planner is one of my favorites. I have been pulling this out throughout this entire series. I just think it's a nice light way to decorate your planner without it being too overwhelming. The next page is a blank journal page in case you need to write down any additional notes. As you can see, I like to have a bunch of space for notes because I am a writer. I told you guys I'm very detailed, very type A. I want to be able to write everything down. And then you have your monthly page. So for your monthly budget, you just have the income at the top, expenses, projected amount, the actual amount, and any notes or anything that you want to write down about when you paid it. And then at the bottom here, you also have your total income, expenses, and the difference. Now I'm gonna just flip through because that's all the setup that I'm going to do, but I did want to show you the rest of the planner. These pages haven't changed at all. So I kept the monthly budget page. I also have the savings tracker page, sinking funds tracker, which you guys know I keep 4 to 5 sinking funds at any particular time during a quarter. So with each one, I'm just separating it with this black bar. Debt tracker sheet, and that's to keep track of any debt that I have been paying off for a particular week. And then it goes into the paycheck budgets, and you get 4 of these. So as you can see, it's all for 4 weeks in case you get paid weekly. If you don't get paid weekly, then you can take out one of the sheets and then you can just use 1 week, and then the second time that you get paid, and then you could take out this sheet, and then you would just have your expense tracker. Your expense tracker, I did change this page. I decided to make it a little bit more detailed and allocated to help you to kind of keep track of your account balance and what account you may be pulling from and what category you may want to assign it to. So for me, I do have a couple of checking accounts. It's not just one. We have our bill account and we also have our spending account, and those are the 2 main accounts where we are spending money out of. So I have the date, the expense, the amount of the transaction, and then what account it came from. So was it from our bill account or our spending account? And then how do I categorize that transaction, and then the account balance. So this would be the balance that's either left in our bill account or spending account. And I feel like this is a great way for me to kind of keep a rolling balance of everything that is supposed to happen, or transactions that have cleared or haven't cleared or are pending. So I really love this new design. So this is a new thing that's coming with the current budget planners if you have just purchased one. Now, if you've purchased it within the last week, I would say since December 1st, you are going to get this particular planner. I automatically switched them on December 1st. And then you get 2 pages like that. So this is to help you with the entire month of keeping track of anything that comes out of your account. And then your monthly budget closeout. Now this is the page that I did change. I have switched it out to where you can just kind of write out, based on your transactions, the budget category, what you had budgeted at the beginning of the month, the actual amount that you spent, and the difference. So I wanted to make this one pretty simple because I noticed that with my budget closeout before, when I was trying to look at all the different bank accounts, I really just needed to know how much I had spent in each category to figure out if we were doing well or not doing well. So I did completely rehaul this page and make it very, very simple to where it's just your category, how much you budgeted, how much you actually spent, and what's the difference, so that you can make changes in the future. At the bottom here, I do have a little summary that kind of goes into your total income for the month, your total expenses, and what was the difference. And this part is just to make sure that you are actually making more money than you are spending. And then the very last page is your net worth calculation. Now, this is a brand new sheet also to the budget planner, and it's a brand new process for me that I'm going to start doing monthly. I showed it to you in the money routine, but this is something that I'm going to do every single month, and that is basically looking at all of my assets, and my assets are my checking accounts, anything that's in there, my investment accounts, the value of our house, the value of the cars, and just writing all of them out here as my assets, totaling up my assets, and then looking at all of our liabilities, how much we owe on the house, how much we owe on the car, student loans, any other debt that we may have. Write them all here, total up our liabilities, and then do our net worth calculation, which is the assets minus the liabilities, and that will give us the difference. The reason why I have decided to change and start doing this process is because this is the best way to figure out if you are financially healthy. A lot of times we like to look at the individual things. We're looking at just our income, or just how much debt we have, or just how many investments we have, but really and truly, you need to look at everything in order to make sure that you are on track. So I decided to switch the entire process to doing this so that I know that we are at least heading in the right direction. So just to give you a quick overview of everything that we kind of went through today, I showed you my goals page and shared with you my money routine page, also the savings tracker, debt reduction tracker, told you my thought process behind that, and we set up the 2021 January calendar. Everything else I just kind of talked you through, but don't worry, we are going to do some additional videos in January on setting up my budget planner when I am doing it for the week. I just wanted to give you an overview in this video of how a budget planner can help you. If you're interested in this particular planner, this is my planner. It is available in my shop. You can look in the description box. I will have the link to my Etsy shop there, and you could either get the physical planner or you can get the download, print it at home, and put it in whatever you want. It does come in the classic size and the big size. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.